Good morning, good morning. It is Wednesday morning and it's a little bit after 6 a.m. I'm going to pull some shipping for the day and I figured I'd turn on the camera. Most times I'm pulling shipping and filming, usually on a Sunday, but I figured I had a little extra time this morning and I would show you what I'm pulling. First item that's sold on eBay is a vintage Tundra men's sweater. This sweater is gorgeous. It is a chevron print, I'm going to call it, kind of like a zigzag, $109.50. I believe I paid $5.99 for it. All right, so if you're new to my channel, I am a full-time eBay reseller, and I also have this YouTube channel just to show you guys what I'm selling, what I'm buying, what the lifestyle is like of being a full-time reseller. All right, this item is going to be in this tub, men's knit sweaters and colors. Now, for you guys that have been with me for a while, you know how I do my inventory system. Most resellers will inventory their items with an item number, like a SKU number, and they put that SKU number in the eBay listing or Posh or wherever they're selling. I do my system a little bit different. So far, it has served me well. I sort by the type of item, the gender, the size, and the color. So in other words, this men's knit sweater is going to be in colors. It's going to be in this bin. I'm going to pull this bin out and you could take a look. Let's just pop the lid. So my items have no inventory number at all. The reason I like this system is twofold. My brain thinks this way. I don't want to remember long numbers and try to figure out, if I have the right number. And also, when you go into the bin, see that? I can see the item right away and recognize this is the sweater I sold. Now, if you have a lot of like black sweaters or whatever, you still have to go by, the tag, the size and all of that. And I write it on a little piece of paper, which gets removed when I ship the item out. So here is the Tundra sweater, gorgeous sweater. I will put a screenshot of what the listing looked like. Okay, the next item up, Susan Graver style. This is a jacket top, $22. I believe that is hanging right on this rack here. Let's pull this plastic back. And the reason I know that is I just saw this the other day. Beautiful. I call this a jacket top. I'm going to hang it up here so we can take a look at it. Embroidery front with birds and flowers and kind of like a mandarin collar. Beautiful condition. And I'm going to say I probably bought this for $4.99. So that is item number 2. Let's keep going. Number 3 is a children's eagle jersey. I think I have had this one for a while, and it only brought $9.99. Not a horrible profit, but I wouldn't make a whole business model out of that. All right, so children's clothes are down here. This is the only bin I have for children's clothes. I don't make a habit out of picking up children's items. Could be a mistake. But I find the profit overall is not there in children's clothing of where I want my average selling price to be. Okay, I don't think that's it. That's Adidas. Now, if it's not here, that would mean that it is hanging on the rack, and I will take a look for it there. Oh, I think I see it. Yep, here we go. Eagles jersey. All right, you know what? I'm going to leave that lid off. I doubt I'll have another sale in children's. But, okay, so this is it, $9.99. A lot of children's clothing you can pick up for between $1 and $3. But like I said, I'm not interested in doing volume, and I feel like selling children's clothing would be a volume game. I rather keep trying to sell a higher profit item as I learn, as I find things. That way I'm probably selling and shipping out something that's going to bring more profit for the same work, of one item that would bring less profit. Hope all of that makes sense. Next item up is one of the handmade Mennonite dresses that I picked up at a yard sale. I think I picked up probably 30 of them that day from a few different yard sales, $18, inventory G. So the remainder of the Mennonite dresses are hanging here. And I have given them an alphabet letter to be able to identify them past, the way the labeling system I talked about prior to this, because these are so similar. This is it here. So this is just a cape or an apron dress. And like I said, I think I paid between $2 and $3 a dress. A few of the better ones I might have paid $4. So this one sold, inventory G, for $18. Next up, we have some pre-owned slippers that sold for $75. Okay, $74.99. Crazy. I believe I found these at a yard sale for $5. And I'm going to try to say the name. I think this is Geesewine. I'm not sure how to say that. And those are going to be over here. I believe I have them in the box. So this would be women's flats and Oxfords, and these would be dress shoes. So most likely it's going to be with flats and Oxfords. Sometimes if slippers are just little slides, I will put them in a bag and hang them with a little S-hook on the end of this. But let's wheel this out and see if I see the box on this side. There they are down there. Let me move some things over. Here are the slippers made in Austria. Just beautiful, super warm, and that is what they look like. Beautiful condition. And I think the woman that I bought them from said she bought multiple pairs. I can't imagine what she paid for them. And she put these on for all of 5 minutes. They even have the packing paper in them, and they didn't fit her correctly. And she didn't feel like returning them. Just crazy. $75. I was thrilled with that sale. This next item, I don't even remember buying. Able leather billfold wallet. Deborah style. Okay, it must have said Deborah style because I would not know that. $22.99. So these are the bins where I keep all of my smalls. And I have set up a second area for them. I'm not quite sure what small things I'm thinking of picking up, but I'm ready to do it. I'd like to get more into jewelry. I do have a jewelry bin behind me, but I'd like to have more small accessories, maybe like vintage hair barrettes or something like that. Yeah, and I'll keep you posted on what items I decide on. But for now, we're going to pull wallets and wristlets are in here. Let's just pop it on top of here. Right now I have a lot of extra linens here because I put these 2 racks down here. I'm always switching things around down here, usually for the better. Okay, so we are looking for the Able wallet. I don't think that is it. I think this is it. Oh, inventory D, Able. Look how organized I am. So organized I don't even know it. Okay, I'm going to grab my phone. So $22.99. Again, this isn't even looking familiar to me. Must have been at a yard sale. Maybe it was a thrift store. And I guess because it had the branding on it, it drew my attention. Okay, so it does have some wear, some surface scratches. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Oh, this is quite nice. Local and global. Oh, it's coming back to me. I think I remember finding this, probably in a Goodwill. The next item sold for $44. It's a J. Crew Black Label woman's sweater. This is a hoodie sweater, alpaca wool blend. Alpaca is almost always a yes for me if the item is in great condition. And like I said, this one is new. It originally sold for $98. And it's going to be on this rack over here. Here it is here. Is that it? No, that's not it. Okay, I think this one might be it. Yes, this is it. Why didn't I keep this? This looks very cozy. Something that would be reached for time and time again. So it's a zip up. J. Crew. There's the $98, and it is Black Label. When I find J. Crew with Black Label, I always put that in the title. This is not an outlet or a factory product. Those usually have little diamonds or some kind of circle underneath the name. That's usually how you can tell an outlet product from a full retail store. Beautiful. Okay, so that is that item. And the last item that we're going to pull this morning is a bubble bar necklace, rhinestones, custom jewelry, glamour, glitzy, Hollywood cocktail. $19.99. That is going to be in this bin I just pulled. This is jewelry, also belt buckles. Let's take a look at what's going on in here. I think I received this one either from my daughter Mellissa, here it is here, or I believe this came in a ThredUp jewelry rescue box, I think they were calling them. And I don't think ThredUp is doing these anymore. Not sure about that. All right, let's pop all of this back in here. So I'm going to say I paid probably $1 or $2 for that one. All right, guys, that's where I'm going to close out this portion of the video. This could just keep going and going all day long as sales come in, but this is a good start to the morning. I'm going to get these packed up and ship them out, and let's see where the rest of the video takes us. Hey everyone, welcome into my channel. It's Karen Lavender Clothesline, and today I have a haul video. I feel like I haven't done a haul in quite a while. Now when I'm out in the thrift stores and I'm hunting for treasure, or even at yard sales and estate sales and auctions, I do try to show the items that I'm picking up or what I'm looking at and give you guys a little bit of my thinking. But a haul video, I feel like, is more in depth. It really gives me the chance to show you the items up close and what details I've learned about them, because in between picking them up and bringing them home, usually I've done a little bit of research. So today is a haul video. Grab yourself something to drink. We're taking a look at items I picked up in Goodwill this week. So if you're new to my channel, I am Karen Lavender Clothesline, like I said, and I have been here on YouTube for about 3 years showing you guys, all of my followers, what I've picked up from thrift stores, estate sales, auction houses, yard sales, barn sales, anywhere where you can find things to buy to flip for a profit. I am so there. And I love taking you guys along with me. I'm a full-time eBay reseller. I earn my living this way, and I love sharing what I'm picking up and what kind of profit the items are bringing. So if you follow me over on Instagram, oftentimes I will just give you little snapshots reporting back what the items sold for that you're seeing here in these haul videos. All right, we're going to get right into it. We're going to jump right in because tomorrow morning I leave for Georgia. Lisa and I are heading down to Georgia to pick up a new puppy. Not my puppy. I kind of wish it was my puppy. He is adorable. Not named yet, but hopefully I'll film a little bit of that and show you guys the new puppy that Lisa and Dutch have gotten. All right, but let's get started. The first item or items are two torchère lamps. I think this might be Stifel. I'm not sure. I don't see a marking. Truthfully, I haven't pulled out this this glass shade yet, but this is what this looks like. I do have two of them. I'm going to grab the other one. Torchère. I don't know if I'm even saying that right. I think that's a French word. I love these lamps. I paid $5 a lamp, and most likely I will be shipping them because they are brass and pretty sturdy. Now the little glass shade, when I ship a lamp like this, I do take the shade off. I wrap that separately. I might even box that and then put both of them in one big box. I will probably ship these UPS because USPS is just crazy. But I really like these lamps. Now I did Google and comp them. That means to put them into an eBay search or any selling platform and take a look at what these lamps might be selling for, and prices are all over the place. I think a lot of it depends on what style the lamp is. So even though a torchère lamp can have like a Hollywood Regency style or a primitive style, all different styles, I think that the style keywords are super important for buyers finding your items. So I don't know that I'm going to use Hollywood Regency because I don't consider these lamps that style, but I will try to get keywords that will bring attention to them. Beautiful lamps, and I did test them. They both work, and they are just stunning. So $10 is a great price for the buy-in, and I'm thinking probably about the $150 mark. So two Stifel, maybe, torchère table lamps. The next items that I want to talk about are these two bowls. The minute I saw them, I knew this was Emily Henry. So this is what it looks like. From France, made in France. Beautiful yellow. And I have sold these bowls before. I don't know what color I've sold, but I know I've sold Emily Henry before. I think Williams Sonoma sells these bowls. Let me see if it says it on the bottom. It does, for Williams Sonoma. And I think the numbering might say, I don't know what that says, if it's the size of it, but it does have the model number 25572, and this one is 6574. So the set of 2 bowls, I believe I paid, sticker's still on here, it's not, I peeled it off. I'm going to try to remember, I could look back in the video, let's figure I paid $4 for them, something right around there. And they're in pretty good condition, a little bit of scratching in the bottom, and the bigger one has the slightest of chips right there. But I would always pick up Emily Henry. I think the stoneware, I believe it's stoneware, is just beautiful. So that is item number 2. Let's take a look at item number 3. So item number 3 was in a plastic bag, and I saw these zippers from maybe 20 feet away, and I said, oh, zippers. Now you're probably like, really, you buy zippers? Absolutely, especially when they're high quality zippers. 41 zippers for $5 buy-in. It doesn't get any better than that. So here is the zipper here. Now the tab is marked with the branding YKK. And this zipper pull is the donut, or the donut shape. So that is what that looks like. Brass zipper, 14-inch. And like I said, I got 41 of these. I'm just thrilled with this purchase. I know that sounds crazy, but an average price for each zipper is going to be $5. So in other words, if I listed these and just put in the quantity of 41, $5 all day long. And that is just amazing, because with this price, I paid pennies as the buy-in, or I could lot them together. Now, if they sell separately, I stand to sell them for, I figured all of this out, $205. So $5 into 205. Now 205 is the sale price before eBay fees, but still I stand to make probably about $175 on zippers, and they're so easy to ship. So anytime you see zippers in the thrift store, pretty much any kind of fabric, notions, sewing machine parts, I am all in. I love selling stuff like that. I do very well with it. Even embroidery kits, needlepoint kits, the loops or hoops for them. And here they are, brand new. And I did show them in the video, the shopping video, and already I've gotten 4 inquiries. When are you going to list the zippers? I'm on it, guys. So most likely I'm going to sell them parted out. And just let it ride. That way it gives me more sales, so it ups the number of sales. Very easy to ship, and I wind up making more profit. Now I haven't decided that 100%. I might just put all 41 together, but less people are going to want 41 zippers rather than an individual zipper for whatever craft project they're doing or sewing project. And they are made out of brass, by the way. So, and the color is black. So great pickup. If you see zippers, you want to know what brand they are. That's the key. If it's a high quality zipper, you're golden. This next item I couldn't get in my cart quick enough. I was like, oh, I want that, I want that. Please don't be chipped. I always do that little wish when I see something I really love. So I'm not sure of the maker. Let me just start there. When I found it in Goodwill, I thought it was unmarked because it had quite a bit of tape on the bottom, but it turns out the artist did sign it. So I've been trying to read what it says, and it's the artist's name, and I think it says Garnet, G-A-R-N-E-T-T, or Garnet, I think Garnet. I don't know if that is a last name or if that is I don't know. I have no idea. And it looks like S-P-R-O-S-O. So, and the S has a period after it. So S Prozo, that, which is very weird. I did Google it. I comped it on eBay. But what I wound up doing is trying to describe the teapot. Now the teapot is redware. That is the type of clay. I'm going to show it to you in the lid a little bit closer. It is a glazed pot, and I couldn't love this design more. This to me looks like Native American, And when I did a Google image search, let me just say most times Google image search doesn't work for me. I don't know why. It pulls up things that look similar, but very rarely have I found my exact item. But I'm pretty sure after researching it that this is Santa Clara Pueblo pottery, New Mexico. And that is a guess. This is a carved out design where these lines are and the design is put in. There's a little bit of variance between the height or the depth of the carving. So I think this has all been hand carved. And that's what it looks like. Very Aztec, just beautiful native pottery. And because I don't know for sure that it is the Santa Clara Pueblo, I'm gonna have to leave it unmarked and try to describe it as best I can. I absolutely love this pot. I believe I paid $4 or $5 for it. Did I mark it down? I did not. But just beautiful. And if I really needed to know what I paid, I could just look back at the prior video to see me finding it in the thrift store. But don't you just love this? I never did find the cups. I was really hoping for some cups with it, but just beautiful. The one other thought that I had is I don't know a lot about Native American pottery, but I don't think, now I could be wrong about this, I don't think Native American artists made teapots. To me, teapots is a very European idea. So I can't picture Native Americans, especially if the pot is old, which I don't know the age of this one, making teapots specifically for boiling water or making tea. Could be wrong about that. So if you have any knowledge of Native American pottery, specifically if they have teapots, shoot me a comment down below. And I really appreciate all of the help you guys give me. All right, so that is that item. Just beautiful. I don't see any damage. I did take a pretty careful look at it, and I'm really going to have to use a magnifying glass, but I just love it. All right, in that same shopping trip, I found these placemats, and I counted them wrong, of course, because they were rolled up, and I counted 8 edges. I thought there was going to be 4 placemats, but it turns out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I wanted to make sure that I found 8 of them, and they look unused. So I'm going to show you the design. It is a poppy design, red poppies. Not sure which way it goes. I don't know that it matters. Beautiful, no tags, no labels. So I don't know if somebody made these. It doesn't seem to be. It seems like they are a brand, but I don't recognize them. I haven't done any research, and I believe I paid, what did I pay for these? Between $4 and $6, I'm gonna guess. And what will I get for them? So 8 placemats. I have no idea. I'm gonna have to research, and I don't want to say a price because then if it turns out that they're worth a lot more, you know, I feel bad having set a price, but that is that item, and I will always pick up items like this. Linens is a favorite of mine to pick up. Now, it is a thing when you have to wash all of the comforters and the duvets and the quilts. It's a lot of laundry, but something like this, because it's brand new, there's no food stains, there's no smells, there's no anything. I do not wash these. I'll probably give them a good steam. Okay, and I just want to mention that if you guys are waiting to purchase any of this, because I'm going down to Georgia this weekend, I won't be back for the weekend, and I probably won't get these items listed until mid next week, because when I come home I have all the shipping to do from when I'm away and just settling back in after the couple of days. We're going to drive down, so it's 20 hours of driving plus visiting lots of adorable puppies. So it's going to take me a while to get some of this on, but all of this will be in my eBay store, Lavenderclothesline. All right, let me pick up the next item. It is a road runner, and I was really hoping to find his mate or her mate. This is what it looks like. No marking on the bottom, and I paid $7. It's getting a little crazy. I don't see any chips or cracks. I feel a little bit of roughness there. It might have the slightest of hairline cracks. I'm gonna have to check that out. But I just loved him. He's a beautiful, I'm gonna say like peacock blue-green mix, even though I'm pretty sure he is a road runner. And what will I get for him? I'm gonna have to run comps. I imagine probably 20, 25, that's just a guess. The next item that I pick up quite often are tumblers. Now, I do pick up Starbucks tumblers, but those I will always put the type of tumbler in because there are a lot of Starbucks cups and tumblers that don't bring the money worth picking them up. But when I find a tumbler that is a luxury car brand, I almost always pick it up, almost always. So if it's like Mercedes, one time I got a Lamborghini, BMW, anything like that, almost always, depending on the buy-in price, of course, I go ahead and pick these up. What did I pay for this? $4 for this one, all stainless steel. And this one has the Mercedes-Benz, the wood grain look, not really wood grain. And $3.99 again. This one seems to have a little bit of the label missing from the bottom, but I would still pick them up. Now they don't seem heavily used, and I do open them up to take a look at the gasket seal because sometimes these tumblers have a separate gasket and it's really funky or it's rotted looking. You know, people leave cups in their cars with some kind of acidic liquid like tea or coffee, and it gets really not good. You don't want to sell it. But when they're in good shape, I go ahead and pick them up. And I'm just noticing now that this one does have a crack. I did not notice that in the store. So there it is there. I'm going to see if Goodwill will take the return. I don't think they will, so it might be that I have wasted $4, but when you're thrifting at my level with cartloads and cartloads, it's bound to happen. Once in a while I come home with flawed things, and since Goodwill is not accepting returns, but I'm going to give it a try. I don't want my money back, I just want them to allow me to pick out something else for $4, which I'm sure I will. I spend tens of thousands of dollars in Goodwill every year, and I still think we should have the return policy implemented, but I won't go down that rabbit hole. All right, let's go on to the next item. Here is a little plastic horse that I saw. His saddle does come off. You know what? I didn't try to see if he's marked under the saddle. I don't see any marking on him. I thought he might have been a Breyer horse, and those are marked on the inner thigh almost always. And he is not marked. I don't recognize him. There seems to be no, I thought maybe it was an initial for the company, but I thought he was adorable. And he's in fairly good shape, and I think somebody's going to want him. As you can see, I paid $3 for him. And when horses look like this, I almost always pick them up if they're a couple of dollars because there are so many people that love horses. For some reason, I was down the lamp aisle for quite a while in that shopping trip. Came home with way too many lamps, but I did come home with this one. So this is a beautiful horse and arrow. I think it's tin lamp, and I have not tested it yet, so hopefully, fingers crossed, it works. I paid $5 for it. Let me stand back a little bit. It almost reminds me of one of those, what is that called? Weather vane. Looks like a weather vane style. And not especially old. It's made in China, it's newer. But I thought this was really nice. And for $5, pretty sure I could probably flip this for, I'm gonna say 25 or 30. Again, depending on what other ones are being sold. So I've often mentioned in the past that I love to pick up flatware, and most times when I'm picking it up, I'm looking for flatware that's not heavily stained in any way. Sometimes the watermarks are very hard to get off, and the last thing I want to do is be spending a lot of time trying to de-stain or demark flatware. But I do pick up older flatware, vintage flatware, especially if it's one kind of item or one pattern together. Now this is probably 2 or 3 patterns. Some of it is Rogers. This one says, I think it's saying Aladdin. These are all silver plate. Silver plate is sometimes marked with a DWT, which is the penny weight of it. I try to include that information, but it's not the same as finding sterling silver or coin silver. Wouldn't that be wonderful? If this was sterling silver, this would be hundreds. And even though this is not sterling silver, I do love picking up vintage flatware. And again, I look for it not to be overly bent or a lot of the pieces bent, something like that. People do use these in crafts. They'll make wind chimes out of them. I've seen them turned into jewelry. So people are looking for a good deal. And what did I pay for these? I think I paid $4 for the set. And what will I get for them? I'm going to say probably $25, something like that. So flatware is great. Most flatware that's over a pound, I'm rolling in a packing paper, then into bubble wrap, rolling it in bubble wrap, and putting it in a USPS padded flat rate mailer. That is how I ship almost all of my silverware. But I do wrap the inside, you know, a couple of times before putting it into that padded mailer, because you're not putting the protection of a box around it. But that is that item, flatware, which I love to find. This next item is a paperweight, egg-shaped, clear glass, and I loved it because I've never seen a Halloween one. Kind of missed the holiday. I didn't get it listed in time, but people still buy holiday decorations all year long. So this one has a little pumpkin inside, a ghost floating, and just some like scary looking cavern flame type of things. Very fun. $3.99 I paid for it. I know the round vintage paperweights, the glass paperweights that have the millefeuille in them, the flowers. It almost looks like a candy that we used to eat. It wasn't ribbon candy. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? So it's a tube candy that must be extruded from a machine and then it's sliced. That's what those remind me of. This is not that. I don't know why I told you about that. But I do love an egg-shaped paperweight with a ghost and a pumpkin inside. Okay guys, I think I'm gonna do one more item. It's a big one and I'm gonna be selling it locally. Now yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before, I did a few Facebook Marketplace local pickups. They do happen. It's quite slow. It's not like you're going to list something on Facebook Marketplace unless it's something really desirable and you're going to sell it in a day or two. Many times the items that I pick up, whether it's tables, I have a few back here, I have a Victorian plant stand, will take a couple of months to sell. But the profit is great. There's no fees and it's local pickup. There's no shipping. So I love that. Most times when I know the buyer is serious, I just make an appointment with them and I tell them that's where I'll meet them. I ask the prospective buyer to message me when they are 15 minutes away. That way it gives me plenty of time to put the item in the car and go there. Because I feel if a buyer is saying, hey, I will meet you in 15 minutes, they are serious. So yeah, it's been going quite well. And Facebook Marketplace, like I said, there are no fees for local pickup. I don't think there are fees yet for shipping, but I could be wrong about that. All right, last item, going to be selling at local pickup. Let me see how long I can pick it up. It's quite heavy. Okay, so I found this, I don't even know what it is, a basket plant stand. I would imagine ferns coming out of this. I'm gonna put it here on the table. The camera's probably way too close for this shot. But this is all like a sisal rope. Is that how we say that? S-I-S-A-L, rope woven basket. Double tiered. I paid $10 for it, which I thought was phenomenal. And the rest of it is wrought iron. So it's my understanding that wrought iron is hand done. And I just think this is phenomenal. I'm not sure of the age on it. I would want to think it's a little bit older. It's at least vintage, but I have no way of telling that. But great find for $10. And I think the buyer is going to love this. Okay guys, so that is the video for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I love you guys. Thank you for the encouragement and all of your kind words. And let me just say a special shout out to all of you that helped me identify the items that I bought. You'll be like, hey Karen, this is this, and it makes my life so much easier. Just know that when you leave comments and you tell me what I have, I screenshot those comments and I save them for when I get ready to list the item, that I have your suggestion of what an item is called, and that way it makes my life a lot easier. So thank you so much. And hopefully the next video will have lots of footage of adorable little 8-week-old puppies. All right, hit that like and subscribe button. And as always, go out and get what's yours.